So as we as a society make our way through this ordeal, this is again something that humans have not really encountered as a group since 1918, so a lot of us are talking about the past, watching empty soccer and football games or whatever you tend to watch on TV. Something that we're probably going to tell our grandkids about someday. But for these few moments and for the rest of this practice this morning, let's just focus on being as present as we can. So as you let the muscles in your face relax, and you let your breath just kind of move at its own pace, I'd like to begin the session today with what's known as a metta or loving kindness meditation. So again, maybe you've had an encounter with a family member or a friend who's particularly anxious or not believing what's happening right now and tuning it out, and maybe you're frustrated or maybe you're upset. So first I want you to choose someone in your mind's eye that you have a challenging relationship with. So don't get too ambitious about it. Just somebody that you just generally tend to not like. Now, once you've got a good picture of this person in your mind, I want you to take a moment, devote all of your mental capacity to just wishing them well. And it may be happy to use the phrases, may you be happy, may you be at peace, may you be free from suffering. And again, allow your shoulders to relax, bringing your focus back to your body. Now try bringing your attention to somebody that you care deeply about, somebody that perhaps you're a little bit more concerned about. And the same, just on your own, just for a few seconds, just devoting all of your energy to wishing them well. Now finally, turning your gaze inward to this entity, this being that is looking out and trying to wish well on other people. And just for a moment, give yourself the opportunity to say thank you to yourself, wishing yourself peace. Allowing yourself for self-compassion as we move into a trying time for all of us. Now, perhaps take this moment to just notice any sensations that you're feeling in your body. Again, any tension, maybe your back's feeling a little tired from sitting up super straight. Just notice those things. As we make our way out of this first loving kindness meditation, I just want you to take 10 really big breaths, as deep as you can breathe. Just start to notice the arc and the trajectory of your breath. It's like a big bell curve, completely filling your lungs. And noticing every moment right until that final sighing out of breath. For these last few breaths, make sure that your focus is still carefully placed on your breath. Cultivating that mindful present awareness. And whenever you finish that 10th breath, just slowly begin to make your way down onto your back. Feet facing me. Take your time. Maybe take a little stretch here, reaching your arms overhead, just like you're waking up again. A little wiggle in the fingers and the toes. Taking a moment to feel your whole body from top to bottom. And then just relax completely. It's sort of a continuation of that meditation. Just see if you can notice all the places where your body's actually touching the floor. So maybe if you can notice in your mind's eye if one foot perhaps turns out a little bit more than the other. Maybe if one shoulder pops up, just the beginning of that noticing of the differences from side to side in our bodies. All right, guys, so we're going to start with a little core activation. So stretch your legs out as long as you can get them. Point your toes, squeeze your legs together. Now press your palms into the floor and just lift both legs straight up towards the ceiling. So point your toes up. So this first one, very simple movement, so you can kind of use your arms to assist a little bit. You're just going to lift your tailbone off the ground, just a tiny little bit, just little pulses. And you'll notice that core activation with these little exhales. So shorter breaths for this one, but okay, let's do 10 more. So instead of kicking back, really use your lower core muscles to just barely lift your tailbone off the floor. And after that 10th one, interlace your hands behind your head. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. So nice and slow, extend your right leg forward. See if you can keep your low back pressed into the floor, only coming down as low as you feel like you need to really make your core fire up. So I'm shaking. If you need to lift up a little bit higher, shake a little bit less, that's fine. And then just switch legs slowly. Left leg forward, right leg up. Really press your low back into the floor. So you're not pulling on the back of your head, you're just resting your head in your hands, lifting your chest more than your forehead. Lift your tailbone off the ground one more time. Inhale. Now with your exhale, both legs up towards the ceiling. Okay, so you can leave your hands behind your head if your neck tends to bother you in these positions. So bend both knees, pull your knees in towards your chest. So we'll start by just extending just the right leg forward. If your neck is not bothering you, try reaching both hands out on either sides of your thighs. And we're just going to start to initiate this tiny little rock. But see if you can keep your body static so you're not kicking at all. Everything stays in this position just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little break. Just 2 breaths, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Check in with your neck. All right, here we go. Head and shoulders peel up. Extend your left leg forward. Right knee pulls in towards your chest. You can keep both knees pulled in if anything's bugging you. And a little rock. Tailbone up. Rounding your back and just rocking just like a rocking horse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees in once again. Oh, since I'm filming class, I can't play music, so we can't cover up the grunts. All right, soles of the feet down, lift your hips up. Let's take a quick little bridge pose, recovering your breath. Really lifting your belly up, little squeezing the glutes. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees as well. Now take both your hands, palms down, set them down on the floor just underneath your butt, and then just lower your hips down onto your hands. So your butt's resting on the backs of your hands. Now last one, you can keep your head on the floor if you want to, or lift your head up, extend both legs forward. So up here is going to be a little bit more approachable, down here is going to be more challenging, and we're just going to do a little flutter kick. So toes over toes for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, don't forget to breathe, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soles of the feet down once again, find a bridge. Maybe propping your hips up on your hands if that feels good. Just one more big breath here. Relax your belly. And then tailbone back down to the ground. This time squeeze the knees in towards your armpits. Start to initiate a little rock. And we'll make this one bigger and bigger and bigger. And then maybe rolling forward onto hands, feet, coming into a plank pose. Once you find your plank position, lower your elbows down onto the floor. So not quite done with the core stuff just yet, guys. So elbows down. So I just want you to find the slightest little pull here, like you're trying to drag your elbows back towards your feet. If this is too much, you can put your knees on the ground. So pulling, rounding your back, just like when you're rounding and pressing your low back into the floor. Pull while pushing the floor away. We're just going to hold this active plank position, really dragging back. Take 3 more huge breaths. Don't lose that integrity. Straight legs if your knees are up. Pull back just a little bit more. One more big inhale. And now with your exhale, knees, hips down to the ground, Sphinx pose. Finding that slight little stretch for your belly. So still maintaining that slight pull. Just lifting your chest and looking up as much as feels comfortable for your neck. Maybe take a look over your left shoulder just for a moment. Feel a little stretch in the sternocleidomastoid. And then turning the other way. Again, noticing any difference side to side in your neck and your shoulders. Okay, last piece. Bring your gaze forward. So, hips up. So again, find that slight dragging sensation. So if your core is super tired, which is totally understandable, keep your knees down. You're just going to roll onto the left knee with your left elbow on the floor. If you can, plank position with feet staggered, so your right foot is going to be in front of your left foot. Okay, now from here, Take your right fingertips just behind your right ear. Take a big inhale, open your elbow wide. Now with your exhale, bring it down like you're trying to touch your elbows together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, crunch it in. 3 more times, inhale. Exhale. With your breath. Big exhale is especially important. Make the transition, other side. Last one, feet staggered or knees down. Left hand behind your ear, rotating open when you're ready. Take a big inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Three more. And then both elbows down to the floor. Once again, everybody recover in your plank position. Knees down or up. Press one palm into the floor, other palm into the floor. Finding your plank position, start to activate everything a little bit more. Just imagine for a moment that you're trying to squeeze a piece of paper between your armpit and your rib cage. So wrapping your elbows in just a touch. Press the floor away a lot so your upper back is just slightly domed. And again, pressing your low back up towards the ceiling. See if you can find that pull one more time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, take a child's pose. All right, guys, when you're ready, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. First one of the class. Find a little bit of movement in your down dog. Squirm around a little bit, bend and straighten your legs. See what your neck and your shoulders are doing. Spread your fingers out as wide as you can spread them. With a big inhale, push your hips towards the back of the room. Exhale, step to the front of your mat, both feet. Inhale, halfway lift, little bend in the knees. Exhale all the way down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, flat back. Think about sticking your butt out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest high, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lift your chest. Now extend your arms out towards the sides of the room. So imagine you're growing long towards both sides of the walls, extending the crown of your head forward, reaching your tailbone back. Palms facing forward so your thumbs are up, and just feeling your shoulder blades squeezing back. Lean back into your heels a little bit more, and squeeze the mat with your toes. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, slow motion coming all the way up to standing. Inhale, both hands reaching overhead, get long through your whole body. Exhale, cactus elbows. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, back bend. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, bend back. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, right hand to your thigh. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, drop over to the right. 2 more times on your own. Lean into your left foot, both legs straight and strong. Think about rotating your chest open towards the ceiling as you reach the entire left side of your body. And then bringing it all the way up. Switching sides, bend into the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend. 2 more breaths here. And then both hands to the sky when you're ready. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling, turn your hands inside out. Little tuck of the tailbone. Inhale, reach a little bit higher. Exhale, draw your hands back a little bit more. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, bend your elbows, arms wide, swan dive halfway down. Again, little bend in the knees, Long spine, reaching your chest forward. Lift your heels off the ground. Find that balance element. So you're still gripping the ground with your toes, but your heels are really high. Feel your calves. Take 3 more breaths here. Get those toes activated for any balancing that's coming up. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, fingertips reaching down, setting your heels down on the floor at the last possible moment. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, hands down, step back, find a plank position once again. Find that integrity in your shoulders and your arms. Leaning forward just a little bit, knees down if you want to, lower down slowly, chaturanga. Inhale, chest lifts, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Just pedaling your feet out. Good. Now we'll make that into a very simple sun salutation flow. Making the commitment to move with those big breaths that you initiated at the very beginning of class. Here we go. Inhale, push your hips back. Exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, reach your hands towards the ceiling. Get long through your whole body. Exhale, a little back bend here. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, all the way to the floor. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back, find your plank position. Hold it for a breath. Find that strength. Lean forward, lower down, slowly with integrity. Inhale, chest up as high as you need to go. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Checking in with your body at each downward dog interval. Find a little bit more length through the sides of your torso. See if you can find that stretch in your lats as you really push the floor away, tilting your tailbone up towards the ceiling, just subtly. Inhale, hips draw back. Exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, both feet. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach, get long. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back. Lauren's acting like she's never done this before. Lower down slowly with control. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, downward facing dog. You got 1 more cycle, guys. In this practice today is also a good opportunity to remember that nothing lasts forever, including this weirdness that we're all going through right now, including any yoga pose that you could possibly do. Nothing lasts forever, so just do your best with every passing moment. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, step or jump, front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Get taller than you were last time. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank position. Lower down slowly, or don't, you can always skip it. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, toes tuck. Lift your right leg up in the air. Now we will revisit this position from different varying positions throughout class. So for now, try to square your hips. Try to get as long as you can through the whole right side of your body, like you're trying to put the sole of your foot up in that top corner of the room and back. Inhale, reach a little bit higher. With your exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze it in. So now your knee is just hovering between your elbows. Wrap your elbows in. Again, you're squeezing that piece of paper between your arms. So bend your elbows like you're trying to touch your shin to the floor. And then press back up. Just a little baby push-up. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, press back up. 2 more times. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, press. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Finding this little lunge position. Let's just hang out here and kind of enjoy this very simple hip stretch. So take a moment to check out your alignment. Ankles stacked directly below your knee. Back leg is as straight as you feel like you need it to be. Find a little lift through your chest. Light on your fingertips. Sink your hips down a little bit more if you have some room. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, very slowly begin to straighten your legs. So not all the way, and your hands shouldn't come off the floor. Just find your range of motion. Once you find that sticky spot, see if you can rotate your right hip back just a little bit more, left hip forward just slightly. Inhale, looking forward, rebend your knee, longest spine you can. Now with your exhale, lift your left leg up in the air. Find that standing split position. So again, we were just here to some degree, lifting one leg with the other foot down. See if you can lift a little bit higher, but rotating your left hip slightly down towards the floor. Relax the back of your neck as best you can. Inhale, lift just a little bit more. Now with your exhale, bring your left knee to your nose. Just 2 more of these. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it in. And again, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Set your left foot down next to your right foot at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, chest lifts. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees, squat down, find a chair pose. Let's all do hands behind the head here. So notice how this gets your shoulders to interact with everything else in a slightly different way. So arms overhead can be a little touchy for some folks. Sink down a little bit deeper, squeeze the mat. Now just for a moment, I want you guys to imagine that you're trying to drag both feet backwards simultaneously. So you're really pressing down and seeing what you can do to initiate that pull. Feel your hamstrings sinking a little bit more. Chest lifts, gently pressing your head back into your fingertips. 2 more breaths here. Maybe close your eyes. See if you notice any difference from side to side. Does one leg feel like it's really cooking? Maybe the other one's slacking off a little bit. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, hands to the floor, fold all the way in. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, hands down, step back. Let's just shift back to downward facing dog. Giving our shoulders a little breather for once. Lift your left leg up in the air. Again, find some length here. What happens to the rest of your body when you lift your leg up like that? Just take a moment to just think about what everything else is doing. Both arms are as equally straight as you can get them. Get really long from your left pinky all the way through the left pinky toe side of your body. Inhale, reach a little bit longer. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Last one. Inhale, reach really long. Exhale, squeeze it in. Hover your knee between your elbows. Find that high start position. Lower down. Maybe shin touches the ground. Press back up. 3 more times. Bend your elbows. And press. 2 more. Last time. Squeeze it in a little bit tighter. Step it through. Finding your low lunge once again. Again, just taking a little extra time this morning to just kind of marinate in some of these postures. Sinking your hips down, lifting your chest, light fingertips, maybe even hovering your hands off the floor for a second. How's this side feel different? Back leg straight, sink chest, or lift chest, sink hips. Now make the commitment to keep all 10 fingertips on the ground so you're not overdoing it. And just very slowly begin to straighten the front leg, just to see what happens. Again, find your sticky spot. Everybody's a little different. Rotate your left hip back, right hip forward. One more big inhale. Now with your exhale, sink back into that lunge. Slow motion momentum, leaning forward. Lift your right leg up in the air. Finding your standing split. So again, maybe you can see your right foot lifted up in the air behind you. See if you can point your right pinky toe a little bit more down towards the floor rather than turning your hips open towards the brick wall. Inhale, lift it up a little bit higher. Exhale, squeeze it in. Just 2 more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it in. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, squeeze it in. Set it down, both feet at the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down. Squat down, chair pose, round 2. You can take that same variation, or you can reach your hands up. Maybe if you're reaching your hands up, try interlacing your fingers. Just playing around with a little different arm variation here. And just see how it feels. So again, finding that dragging back sensation through the soles of your feet, so your hamstrings, your glutes are helping your quads out a little bit. Look down, make sure you can see all 10 of your toes in front of your kneecaps. Sink in a little bit deeper. Now again, close your eyes. Just 2 more breaths here. You can do it. Challenge yourself a little bit as you sink in. Lift your chest a little bit higher. 1 more big inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, fold all the way in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step back. Find your plank position. This time, step your feet out a little bit wider, so about as wide as the edges of your mat. For this one, we're going to do a side plank. A couple variations. I like to turn my hand out just slightly because it lets you put a little bit more weight in the thumb side of your hand. Just rock both heels over to the right so your feet are still staggered, and then reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. So we're going to do a little variation of what we did earlier. So inhale, open your chest a little bit wider. Now with your exhale, reach underneath your body. See if you can tap your right rib cage with your left fingertips. 4 more. Inhale, reach, open up. Knee down is always an option. Exhale, round in. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Use your breath. Last one. Inhale, reach open wide. Exhale, switch sides, just rocking your heels over to the other side. Nice simple transition. When you're ready, right hand to the sky. Left knee to the ground is always there for you. 5 times. Exhale, reach under. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own. Open it up wide, and then both hands down to the floor. Walking your feet back to that typical position, leaning forward, lowering down as slowly as you can. When your chest, belly hit the floor, tops of the feet down, finding this baby cobra position. So you're not squeezing the back of your neck. If the back of your neck looks like a package of hot dogs, you're doing it wrong. So look down towards the floor, just in front of the edge of your mat, perhaps. Now just reach both hands straight out in front of you. So this is still an overhead position. It's just a little different one. So lift your thumbs up a little bit higher. Both legs off the ground. Do squeeze your butt a little bit here. Do squeeze your thighs together. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your hands. Lift everything up 1 more inch. Now extend your arms out wider like you're making a big X rather than making a big I. So arms, legs really wide. Feel those glutes, feel that upper back working. You can do it. For 3, 2, 1. Hands down, feet down. Push yourself back to a child's pose. Once again. So we've gotten everything fired up. And we're just going to start making our way into a little movement sequence. Check in with yourself. Now's a good time to grab a drink of water if you feel like you need one. Let's extend this child's pose just briefly. Walk both hands all the way over to the right side of your mat, so way off to the right. Now, take your right hand way back towards the back right edge of your mat, and then walk your left hand out even more. See if you can find a little pull with that right hand, so it's like you're pressing down and dragging, and then walk your left hand out far diagonally in front, and then just dip your left armpit down towards the floor. Maybe left ear turns down. Feel that nice stretch through your lats. All the muscles along your ribs. One more big breath here. Then all the way over the other side. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Find that same reach, same twist. This time left hand reaching towards the back of the room, pressing down, pulling, but simultaneously reaching with your right fingertips as long as you feel like you can get. Good. One more big breath here. Twist a little bit more if you got some room. And nice and easy, making your way back to your child's pose. Once you find your child's pose, rocking your way forward, tabletop position. Let's just do 3 cat-cows to just play around with the spine a little bit. So inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, round your back. Finding your neutral spine once again. Downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet out just like before. See how things are feeling? Since we have kind of touched more or less every muscle in your body to some degree at this point. Just see how everything feels as one big unit. All right, guys, here we go. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Finding that low lunge position. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, rebend your knee. Exhale, both hands up. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, find a little cactus elbow back bend here. Sink in a little bit deeper. Take a little side-to-side bend, just feeling how this changes that dynamic of the pose. Inhale, both hands high once again. And with your exhale, straighten your front leg, reach your hands back. You're just hovering over your thigh. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, sweep your hands up, crescent. Exhale, straight front leg. Find that little pull like you're trying to drag your front foot back. 2 more. Don't forget to breathe. Last one. Exhale. Now, little bend remains in the front leg. So from here, just reach your left hand forward, right hand back, taking this little twist. Inhale, lean it forward just a little bit more. Now with your exhale, left fingertips to the floor, right hand to the sky. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Again, peel your right hand back like you're trying to touch your knuckles to the wall behind you. Inhale, lengthen, twist. Exhale, just very slowly start to bend your front leg. So still in that twisted position. Reach your right arm forward if that feels okay. Peek up underneath your armpit, get really long through the whole right side. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, left leg high. 3 breaths here. Maybe walking your hands a little bit closer to your foot if that feels good. Maybe grabbing your ankle with one hand, maybe grabbing your ankle with the other hand. Notice what your toes do to stabilize your body. Okay, if you're grabbing something, release, hands to the floor. Inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Just 1 more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Bend your knees. Hover your left foot next to your right foot. Slowly bring yourself up to a chair pose with your hands in a prayer position. Left foot remains hovering off the floor. Now just keeping your hands in that prayer. Nice and slow, start to extend your left leg back, coming into a warrior 3 position. Now extending your arms out to the sides. Again, palms facing forward, getting into an externally rotated position with your shoulders. See if you can lift your back leg as high as your chest is. Now just start to bend your right leg just a little bit. You're coming back into that half squat to some degree. Inhale 1 more time. Now with your exhale, press your right leg straighter. 1 motion. Sweep your left leg all the way through. Arms still extended. Twist. Right hand forward, left hand back. Imagine you're trying to touch your right fingertips with your left toe, or with your left toes. Inhale 1 more time. And with your exhale, keep this twist. Sweep your left leg back. Open your hips to the side of the room. Maybe fingertips to shin. Maybe fingertips to a block or the floor. Coming into your half moon pose. Stacking your shoulders as best you can. Find your breath, find your balance. Remember, this won't last forever. Inhale just 1 more time. Now with your exhale, step back to your warrior 2 position. Once you find your warrior 2, just hang out there. This right leg's doing a lot of work for you right now, but make sure that your alignment remains good. So pushing your right knee out to the right, you should be able to see your right toes on the inside of your knee, sinking a little bit deeper. Tall spine, arms long. Inhale one more time. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stretch as long as you can through that right side body, sinking a little bit deeper to the right leg. Inhale one more time. Exhale, windmill, both hands down. Frame the right foot. Back heel lifts. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, right leg up and back. Three-legged dog, right back where you started. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Kicking your right heel over to the left. So as you lift your knee, kick back like you're trying to put a footprint on the wall behind you. But rotate your right armpit down towards the floor. Inhale, knee lifts a little bit higher. Exhale, kick back a little bit more. 2 more breaths here, play around with it. Good, right leg up and back. Set your right foot down next to your left foot. Inhale, rock your weight forward. Exhale, just rock back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out a little bit. All right, guys. So from here, why don't you walk your hands back towards your feet. So coming to the back of your mat. Let's get a little stretch for the back side of that right leg. So with your knees slightly bent, lift your chest up halfway. Just cross your left leg in front of your right leg, and then just fold down over your crossed thighs. Just take 5 big breaths here. So you can kind of play around with this position whatever way you feel like you need to. If your hands aren't even close to the floor, don't even worry about it. Just hands on shins is totally fine. If you want to take a little twist here, feel a little bit more IT band, try reaching your right hand up towards the ceiling. And remember, that's just an option. You don't have to do it. As long as you feel a stretch and as long as you're breathing, you are right where you need to be. All right, nice and easy. Start to lift your chest a little bit, uncross your legs, slowly walking your hands towards the front of the mat. Once you find the front of the mat, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, squeeze it in, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it in, step it through, finding your low lunge position one more time. Fingertips down, chest high, both hands up, crescent pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, find that little back bend here. Maybe sink a little deeper, maybe a little side-to-side bend. Just feel that balance shift. Feel that strength work happening. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, sweep your hands back, straighten your front leg. Good, 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, chest high, straight leg, straight-ish. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, straighten it out. Chest lifts. Remember, reach your right hand forward. Reach your left hand back, taking that twist. As you reach, slowly lower fingertips down to the floor. Taking a couple breaths here. Where are those tension places that you identified at the very beginning of your practice today? Are they tensing up? See if you can relax a little bit. Inhale, chest opens. Exhale, just bend your front knee, just sinking into that revolved lunge. Maybe reach your left hand forward. If you did it on the other side, pull your knee in towards your chest and your chest in towards your knee. Get really long from your left fingertips all the way back to your right heel. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, right leg to the sky. Standing split. Just a few breaths here. Again, challenging your balance, walking your hands back towards your foot as much as you feel you need to. Relax your jaw. Good.
Hands to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Hover your right foot next to your left foot. Both knees bend. Bring yourself back to that single leg squat. Hands in a prayer position. Shoulders back, chest high. Notice how all the muscles in your left leg are collaborating to keep you balanced here. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, straighten your front leg, kick your right leg back. Open your arms out like wings when you're ready. Palms facing forward. Again, notice your shoulders roll down your back. Square your right hip down towards the ground. Let's find that strength element one more time. Back leg lifts. Bend your standing leg, just a touch. Weight in your heel predominantly. Inhale one more time. Exhale, straighten back up to your warrior three. Inhale in again. One motion, sweep your foot forward. Left hand forward, right hand back, taking that twist. Stand up as tall as you can. Now remember, we're transitioning into our half moon foot pose from here. So what will that require of you? Slowly begin to sweep your foot back, opening your hips. Fingertips to block shin or floor. Or maybe just hover your hand off the ground. Stack your shoulders, your hips as best you can. Take a moment and just ask yourself, are you doing the best you can right now? Because that's all we really can do. And again, making the commitment as we transition into this warrior two to set your back foot down as lightly as you can. Inhale, lengthen through all parts of your body. Exhale, quietly step your foot to the back of the mat. Warrior two. I know that front leg's still cooking, guys. You got this. Sink it in. So as your knee drifts out to the side, still squeezing your feet together just slightly, finding that engagement in inner thighs, gripping the ground with all 10 toes. Inhale as you sink. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Shoulders away from your ears as best you can. Turn your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale one more time. Exhale, windmill, both hands to the floor. Fingertips down, back heel lifts. When you're ready, left leg up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hips. 5 breaths. Use that big glute muscle. It's the biggest muscle in your body. As you lift your knee and kick back, you should really feel your left glute working hard. Strong butt means a healthy back. Begin to straighten your leg, lift it up high. Set both feet down at the back of the mat. Inhale, rock your way forward to a plank position. Exhale, lower down one more time, chaturanga. Inhale, chest up, high as you need to go. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Continue that motion, walking your hands back towards your feet. This time crossing your right leg in front of your left leg. Inhale, chest lifts, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold down, belly to thighs. And again, play around with this a little bit. Maybe try rocking forward and back, side to side, twist a little bit, walk your hands to one side, walk your hands to the other side, lift your left hand up, lift your right hand up. It's one great thing about your yoga practice is that it's a really great opportunity to explore all the things that your body is capable of. No matter how old you are, no matter how healthy or sick you are, having this opportunity to look at what you're capable of doing is just one of the most important things about the practice. Find a nice deep stretch here, guys. Take 2 more big breaths. See if you can get in a little bit deeper if it feels good. And then slowly lifting your chest, uncrossing your legs. Tiptoe your feet about hips width distance apart. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, fold down, bend your knees, either grab your big toes or slide your palms underneath your feet for a Padahastasana, standing on your palms. Inhale, chest lifts one more time. Exhale, pull, actively use your biceps. Remembering that we don't get a lot of pulling in yoga, so this is a good opportunity to use the other pulling muscles a little bit more. Taking a moment to check in, where's your mind right now? Bring it back into the room, back onto your mat. One more big inhale, little pull. Exhale, release, hands down to the floor. Walk your hands to the front of the mat once again. Okay, once you find your downward facing dog, take a moment, bend your elbows, lower your elbows to the floor. So we're going to come into a dolphin pose. So we're going to play around with dolphin a little bit. One more little upper body strength, a little bit of core movement here. So if you're tired, just remember you can always put your knees down. So first one, lift your right leg up in the air. Inhale, lift it up high. And with your exhale, bring your right knee towards your right armpit on the outside of your body. See that 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Last one. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, set it down. Now, don't let your neck cramp by doing this. Just gaze up like you're trying to look up at your thumbs. Now, you're going to lean forward like you're trying to touch your nose to the ground between your hands, and then press back. 3 more of these. You can do it. Lean it forward. Press it back. 2 more. Last one. There we go, guys. Last side, left leg up. Bend your knee, left armpit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Squeeze it in. Last one. Squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, both feet, both knees to the ground, child's pose. So with your elbows on the floor, bend your elbows, palms together. Just bring your thumbs towards the back of your neck, maybe the center of your upper back. Finding that slight drag like you're trying to touch your chest and your chin to the floor. Well-deserved stretch for those shoulders. And straighten your arms once again. Both hands to the floor. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. All right, guys, you did a lot of hard work to get here, so let's get into some nice lower body stretches. So inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling one more time. Exhale, right foot to the outside of your right hand. Come into this wide lunge. Okay, so let's take a little variation of this first just to kind of play around with this position. So if this front leg's in half of a squat right now, put your right hand on the floor as well. Reach your left hand up. Just see what that does. Try to keep your chest peeling open towards the front of the room as best you can. Back heel is still lifted. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Sole of the foot firmly down, both hands on the ground. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten your front leg here. Just as much as you need to. Take 2 more big breaths. And then re-bend your knees, sinking your hips down. So, if you're super tired, which is totally understandable, put your back knee on the ground. You can just work into a lizard lunge, just hang out here and get a nice stretch for the hips. So if you want to work into a little bit more of a strength element, a fancy pose, so you can just kind of move around a little bit here, just kind of see how that hip's feeling first. And if you want to sink in, bend in your elbows, dip in your chest towards the floor, start to walk your right hand out and underneath your right leg. You can stay there, or you can try grabbing the outside of your right ankle with your right fingertips. Maybe your left hand comes over, grabbing the same ankle. So you're just kind of hovering everything off the ground. Stay here for 3 more breaths, and remembering that coming out of the pose early is totally fine. Soften your jaw. Now with that exhale, slowly release, both hands down, everybody back knee to the ground. Maybe elbows to the floor, maybe they're not. Peel your right toes back towards your right shin and just let your right knee drift out to the side. If you feel the stretch more in your knee than your hip, then draw your knee in towards your shoulder a little bit. A couple more breaths here. Stay with the discomfort. Don't block it out. And then slowly walking your hands underneath your shoulders once again. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Again, this is one thing, I always throw this in here. It's really hard to do, and I can barely do it, so just do your best. Try lifting your right foot off the floor for a second, and then lifting it up and back. Whew. Okay, from here, just bring your right knee towards your right wrist and just extend your shin underneath your body diagonally and just slide your left foot back. Just working your way into a pigeon or half pigeon. Chest lifts. If this is no good for you, do as Lauren's doing, coming onto your back, crossing ankle over knee. Let's take a figure four stretch. If you want to sink into it, go on and come down to your full pigeon pose. We'll be here for a few breaths. We'll play around with it a little bit. So for now, just enjoy the weight of gravity on the back side of your body. All right, guys, if this feels great and you just want to stay here, that's fine. I'll offer a couple more alternative poses. So if you want to incorporate a little twist into this one, you can slide your right hand forward, slide your left arm underneath your right arm as if you were trying to place your left ear on the floor. So that's option one. If you want to get a little hip flexor and quad stretch in the back leg, bring yourself up onto your palms, twist yourself to the right, reach back with your right hand, grab your left foot. If your hamstrings cramp to get you to this position, it's probably too much. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your hips. Take two more big breaths. And if you're grabbing something, gently release. Everybody, palms underneath your chest. Tuck your back toes. Just elevator, lift your shin off the floor and extend your right leg up and back one more time. Just bring a little bit of movement into it, bend and straighten the knee. Whatever feels appropriate for your body. And then setting your right foot down next to your left foot. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of your left hand. So finding that low lunge position, sink it into it. So movement side to side if that feels good. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Maybe toes back, maybe the sole of the foot stays on the floor. Listen to your body. And with your next exhale, bending your knees, sinking in a little bit deeper. Either back knee to the floor, coming into the full expression of the pose, or slowly walking your left hand underneath your left leg. Grab the outside of your left ankle. Maybe grab the inside of your left ankle with the right hand. Sink into it. Finding that balanced focus. Once again, take 3 big breaths. When you're ready to release, both hands onto the floor, back knee drifting down, sink in. Just letting your left knee fall open as far as it feels like it needs to. Three more breaths, guys. Stay with the sensation. Instead of trying to back away from it or think about something else, just really focus on it. Explore the sensations in your hips and the rest of your legs. Nice and easy, walking your hands underneath your chest when you're ready. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. If you got a little bit of stamina left, lift it up for a second, and then extend it up and back. A little bit of movement here, and then when you're ready, transitioning again into your half pigeon position. Left knee to left wrist, slide your right foot back, sink in. If you're on your back, it's going to be left ankle over right knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold into the pose. If you took either of those variations on the other side, now's your chance to take them on this side. So either crisscrossing your arms or coming up on the palms, reaching back with your left hand to capture your right foot. If none of those things feel good, just don't do them. One more big breath. Nice slow release. Palms down, back toes tuck. When you're ready, extend your left leg up and back. Just a little bit of movement, getting those tissues moving once again. Both feet down. Just like the very beginning of class. Inhale, press your hips back. Exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, both feet. And again, just like the very beginning, lift your heels up as high as you can and sink your hips down towards your heels. Curling yourself into a tiny little ball. Take a moment to make sure there's nothing on your mat behind you. Now as you squeeze everything in, allow yourself to be brave and just roll onto your back. Good. Just rocking just like that. And just kind of letting that momentum dissipate. And then just placing the soles of the feet down on the floor. Lifting your hips up into a nice easy bridge pose once again, walking your shoulder blades in, maybe grabbing the edges of your mat for a little bit more leverage. Back of the neck nice and long. With your inhale, lift your hips up a little bit higher. And then with your exhale, tailbone to the floor. Arms out wide. Just drop both knees over to the right. If you would like to cross your right ankle over your left knee, you can give that a try. If it doesn't feel good for your knee, then just don't do it. Twist and look towards your left thumb. If you crossed your legs, just take a moment to uncross, drop both knees over to the other side. Just reversing this twist. And uncrossing again, making your way back to a neutral position, soles of the feet on the ground. Pull both knees in towards your armpits, just give everything a big hug. Just taking a moment to acknowledge and consider your entire body for everything that's done for you for the last hour, everything that it does for you on a daily basis that we never pay attention to. These little toes that work so hard to make you balance. Squeeze it in a little bit tighter. And then as you release, just open everything out wide like you're making a snow angel on the floor. So you guys all have 6 feet of room around you or so. So wiggle your toes a little bit. Now we're going to finish with 3 big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we'll do it together. Everybody fully exhale. There we go. Big inhale. Lift everything up. Arms, legs, head, and shoulders off the floor. Engage the front side of your body. Exhale. 2 more of those. Big inhale, lift everything up. Squeeze a little bit tighter. Squeeze your toes and your fingers. Squeeze your belly. Exhale. Last one. Biggest breath, biggest hold. Inhale, lift everything up. Squeeze your face, your belly, your toes, everything. Lift up a little bit higher. Sip in a little bit more air. Hold it. You can do it. Exhale. Just allowing your body to relax completely. Those monkey minds of ours have been going nuts for the last week, and they're going to continue to go nuts. So see if you can focus all of your attention just on your breath. See if you can picture your mind as a wide open night sky.
5 more breaths. See if you can bypass any distraction, any meandering thoughts. Just for a moment, see if any tension has crept in anywhere in your body and just become aware of it. Don't try and fix it or resolve it, just notice it. Again, feeling all the places where your body's touching the floor. Feel the weight of your body layered on the floor. Feel the weight of air on your skin. And just very gradually begin to bring the tiniest little movements back in wherever they feel appropriate. If and when you're ready, reach both your arms way up above your head and stretch as long as you can through your whole body. Reach and stretch a little bit more if you're reaching. Exhale, let it go. Everybody, bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your belly. Take a big breath into the hand that's on your chest. Exhale. Take a big breath into the hand on your belly. Exhale. As you go through 1 or 2 more cycles into each hand, just make your way into the rest of the week knowing that whatever anxiety-provoking things you see in the news or whatever is happening around here, just remember that your breath is your built-in tool to manage this anxiety. And again, reminding yourself that nothing lasts forever. Everything will be okay. All right, guys, make your way out of here slowly. We're going to finish up right here. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Namaste.